Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to film a get ready with me, sharing with you guys like my oldie but a goodie favorites, like I'm gonna call these my OG favorites, my old but good favorites. I had one of you guys comment on one of my videos asking if I could do a video like this, and I got some thumbs up on that comment, so I figured a lot of you guys would enjoy this get ready with me. And before I get started, I know that by the time this video is posted, like the storm's aftermath is gonna be, you know, done, but I mean, I know it's gonna take a long time for the whole cleanup process and everything, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I have been thinking about all of my subscribers that live in Texas and along the coast that were affected by Hurricane Harvey. My heart goes out to you guys, and I hope that any of my subscribers out there and like families that live down there are all safe and okay. I know that it's got to be like so painful for any of you guys like going through any of that, and I just want to let you guys know that you all have been in my thoughts and prayers. Any of my subscribers that live down there, it's just so devastating, and yeah, I just want to let you guys know that I have been thinking of you guys, and I know that it's taken me a while to get a video up talking about it, but that's just because I film my videos like ahead of time and everything. So yeah, the first thing that I'm going to use is my old favorite foundation primer, and this is just one of my all-around favorites. This is the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. And I don't use a whole lot of primers in general, but this is one of my favorites. This is just a really good primer for filling in larger pores. It's like a clear primer, and like I said, it just fills in pores. It does help to keep your foundations lasting, and I just press that primer in all over my face. This next OG favorite is the Revlon ColorStay Combination / Oily Makeup. This foundation I have just loved for such a long time. It is an amazing, long-wearing, full coverage foundation. I love how they redid the packaging and added a pump to this foundation, which made it even better. So I just pump a couple of pumps on the back of my hand. The key with Revlon ColorStay is whatever you use, whether a brush or a makeup sponge, make sure you use it dampened, because the Revlon ColorStay is a thick foundation that can set up really quick, so you have to work with it really fast. And if you use like a dampened brush or sponge, it makes the application process so much easier. There's a couple of different ways I do this. Sometimes I'll dot like a section of my face, or sometimes I just dip the sponge right into it. It really just depends on how I feel, but it is best if you work in sections with this foundation, because like I said, it sets up super quick. It fets up. So like, see, sometimes I just dip it right into the foundation, and then I just work here on my chin. But yeah, if you have never used Revlon ColorStay, like, where have you been? This foundation is so awesome. I love to use this foundation like as wedding makeup too. So like whenever I do like bridal makeup, this is a foundation that I use just because it is so long wearing and flawless. Like, it looks flawless in photos, in person. It's just a really awesome foundation. They also make a formulation in like normal to dry skin, but I prefer the oily combo. Even though my skin is more on the dry side, I just like this formula better. My oldie but a goodie concealer is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I have loved this concealer for a very long time. The shade that I currently use is in 15 Fair, and it just comes with like a classic doe foot applicator, and the formula of this is really good. Like, it is a lightweight formula, but I feel like it has really great coverage. It works really good with concealing blemishes on your face, as well as concealing like dark under eye circles. It's just a really great formula. Like, it doesn't crease on me. It lasts for a long time. Like I said, it has a really great coverage. It's just a classic. And then I'm just using the opposite end of this beauty sponge to blend out that concealer. And this Maybelline Fit Me Concealer is also a good like eyeshadow like primer base. So I'm going to put a little bit of this up here, even though I am going to use like an eyeshadow primer, because I have like an old favorite that I wanted to share with you guys. And just blending this here down the center of my face. You guys know that this is my favorite face setting powder. It's an old favorite. It's such a great makeup setting powder. I almost said makeup setting spray. It does a good job of, you know, setting everything and keeping your foundation matte if it's matte, letting the dewiness shine through if it is like a dewy foundation. It's just such a great face powder. I also like to use this face powder as eyeshadow just because it does have, you know, some coverage to it. It is a beautiful, just like natural skin tone to eyeshadow. So I do get a lot of use out of this powder. It is a really great one and I love it. For brows, I haven't used this on my brows in a while because I normally use it for eyeshadows, but I used to use this all the time for my brows. And this is the Milani Brow Fix Brow Kit. And I used to be a really light blonde, and so I would use this shade here, but now since I'm brunette, I like to use this bottom shade, or sometimes I still use this one just because my hair is like a lighter brown. And this is actually my natural hair color. I haven't dyed my hair in over a year. Like in next May, it'll be 2 years since I've colored my hair. So yeah, I'm just gonna be using this for my brows today. I gotta find like my eyebrow brush. I'm actually gonna use this little brush that comes with my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Prep and Shape Pro Kit because I can't find my little e.l.f. brush that I use with this that has like the spoolie and the little ankle brush. I can't find that. I don't know what I did with it. So I'm just gonna comb through my eyebrows. And then first I'm gonna go in with like the brown powder and use that one like here on like the back part of my eyebrow, and then I'll probably go in and use the lighter shade in the front of my eyebrows. And then like I said, right here in the front of my eyebrows, I'm going to go in with this lighter shade here. I'm just going to lightly fill in the front of my brow, just kind of shaping out the bottom part, and then just taking whatever's left and just kind of flicking up through my brow. And then like for brow setting gels, my old favorite is my e.l.f. just like clear brow gel. That thing is so good. It's so cheap. But I don't currently have that, so I'm just gonna use my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper in light to medium. I mean, this is a little bit of an older product now, and it's really good. I use this every single day. My oldie but a goodie favorite eyeshadow palette is my Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. I love this thing. I think this was like the first eyeshadow palette that I bought when I first started my YouTube channel, and I still love this thing. It is still awesome. The eyeshadows are really versatile. And yeah, I just love this. So I'm gonna do an eye look today with this. And then my oldie but a goodie eyeshadow primer is the NYX HD Eyeshadow Base. And this primer, it does have slightly a little bit of like a tint to it, but not anything like, it's not too, like it doesn't have too much coverage, just a little bit. And I'm just using this brush to blend that in, and I'm just taking that all the way up to the brow bone. And this eyeshadow primer, it will intensify your eyeshadows just a little bit, and it will definitely keep them lasting all day and keep them from creasing. And since the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette doesn't have any good matte shades in here, they're all like shimmer, I'm gonna go in with my Milani Brow Fix Brow Kit in this middle shade. This is like another reason why I like this palette is just because it pairs really well with drugstore eyeshadow, just because it has good matte browns in here, which, you know, if your eyeshadow palette from the drugstore doesn't have a good transition shade, this is really great. So I'm just going in with the Sigma E25 blending brush, and then I'm just going to blend this color here in the crease of my eye, just using little circular motions and windshield wiper motions to blend that shade in. And I am going to work a little bit of it right out here. On the first part of the eyelid, I'm going to go in with this top shade here in this Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette and my e.l.f. angled brush. And I'm just going to put that shade here on the first half of the eyelid and in the inner corner. And I'm just going to go in with the shade here on the Sigma E60 brush. And I'm just going to place that shade right here next to the gold, kind of on the middle of the eye. And then I'm going to go in with the shade here on my Sigma concealer brush. I'm going to place that shade right here. This just creates like a really pretty like gradient effect. It's really pretty. It's almost like a sunset or like a really pretty like fall eyeshadow. It's really pretty. Like, I just love these Wet n Wild eyeshadows. Like, they're so pigmented and just gorgeous. I love all my Wet n Wild eyeshadows, even to this day. Like, they are my favorite eyeshadows from the drugstore. I'm just going to take a little bit more of that color here on the tip of this brush. I'm going to lightly put some of that right down here on the corner. I forgot, but I'm going to go in with that brush, the E60 brush, and get some of this shade on there. And I'm going to also put that right here in the center of the bottom lower lash line. And then I'm going to go in with this very bottom shade on the Sigma Pencil E30 brush. And you need just the littlest amount of this. This shade is so pigmented. But you just need the tiniest amount of it on the tip of the brush. And then I'm just going to barely work this in the outer V, and I will go back and blend it out a little bit. Just want to get the shape down, and this is just going to define the eye just that much more. And I hope you can see like how pigmented that shade is. Like I said, you don't need much of it. I'm just going in with a clean brush, and this is the e.l.f. crease brush. And I'm just going to lightly go over the edge of that shadow just to blend out the edges so it doesn't look so harsh. And I do want to deepen up the crease a little more, so I'm going to go in with this shade here and the Sigma E25 blending brush. And I'm just going to put that shade just right in here. And then I'm also gonna put a little bit more of this color on the concealer brush by Sigma. And I wanna bring that brown in a little more. And maybe actually take a little bit of this shade and bring that a little further in over top of the gold. And then at the top of the crease, I'm just going to go back with this shade here on the Sigma E40 blending brush. And I'm just going to, I'm sorry if my chair squeaks. I need to like get a different chair or something. And then I'm just, like I said, gonna lightly brush that right here. And then my oldie but a goodie liquid liner is my e.l.f. black liquid liner. I used to use this liquid liner all of the time, but I switched over to like gel liners just because I think that for me they're a little bit easier to use, at least now. I don't know. I feel like I have a little bit more control with the gel. I mean, I still like liquid, but so I'm just going in with this. It's been such a long time since I've used this. Okay, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of a wing. Actually, this liquid liner is a lot easier than what I remembered. I need to like break this thing out and use it a little bit more. I know I used to use this like all of the time. And it's such a good and expensive liquid liner. So good. The tip on it is just really fine, so you can get like a really nice like edge or like wing. It's like the story of my life. Like this wing looks on point. This one, not so much. I think that looks a lot better. My oldie but a goodie mascara is my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash, I almost said Lash Paradise. I've been using that mascara so much. The L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. This is just a classic. It's just like my go-to whenever I want my lashes to look super black. And I love using this mascara whenever I use false lashes, just because of the fact that it's a really good just like separating and making your lashes look full. Plus it's really, really black, so it helps to hide your, you know, your natural lashes with the false lashes. And then I almost forgot, I went to line my waterline, and this eyeliner right here, I used to use it all of the time and I still love it. This is the Fergie one, but they still make this, it just doesn't have the Fergie on it anymore. And this was in the color Midnight Girl, which it's in a different color now. I think it's just like black or something. But it's the long wear eye pencil from Wet n Wild, and I'm just going to use this here on my waterline. Like, it is so long wearing and creamy. I absolutely love this eye pencil. It's been a minute since I've used it in a video, but I love it and I use it all the time. I also really like the dark brown color. And then for my bronzer, just like my old favorite, and I still use it all the time, is my NARS Laguna. Another good like 2 drugstore bronzers that are like old favorites, which I don't currently have right now because one of them's at my boyfriend's house and the other one I used up and need to repurchase, is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Ticket to Brazil, and the NYC bronzer in Sunny, like the matte bronzer in Sunny. That's also a really great one. So if you're looking for like an affordable option, and like as you can see, I've almost used this up, but like first I'm just gonna go in with my Real Techniques sculpting brush, and I just like to put this bronzer back here at first just to kind of get a little bit of a contour going on, nothing like super crazy. Just do that on both sides. And like my battery's about to die, so if it cuts out, I'm gonna have to switch my battery out. So hopefully it'll last until I get done with this tutorial. And then I like to go in with my Real Techniques buffing brush, get some more of this bronzer on there, and just kind of like buff that out a little bit more. And then I'm going in with my Real Techniques powder brush, and then I'm just gonna dust this bronzer on up here at my hairline, and then I'm gonna dust some of this down here on my jawline and on my neck. Old school or OG favorite blush, Milani Luminoso. This shouldn't come as any surprise. This is just a beautiful blush. I love it. I've loved it forever. Such a beautiful coral. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, and I'm just gonna use my Sigma angled blush brush to apply this blush. Such a gorgeous just color. It's just a classic. Okay, and then I debated between the highlights because I used to use this e.l.f. baked highlighter and blush gems all of the time, and I love this. But this one is even older. I know I have like busted this out recently and I have been using it in my more recent makeup tutorials, but this is the Hard Candy Baked Blush in Tiki. And it's actually a highlight. I have had this forever. I love it. And I think I'm gonna use this today just because I have like the gold colors going on. But yeah, this is still an amazing highlight. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm just gonna use the Real Techniques contour brush to apply this highlight. Such a pretty, just like light gold. If you're on the fair side, this is a really good gold because it's not too gold. Like I told you guys in one of my tutorials, like sometimes gold highlights can look too gold on me. So this is just like the perfect light gold shade. Old school favorite lipsticks. I have a couple of them here. This is a Maybelline lipstick in ColorSensational lipstick in Sin-a-mon. I've loved this lipstick for a very long time. As you can see, it's a little nubbin. I'll probably end up using this one today, but also I have 2 favorite like MAC lipsticks that I used to use a lot. This is in the color Angel. It's just like a classic everyday pink color. And then I have this shade here in Ravishing by MAC, which would also be really, really pretty with Luminoso because it is a really gorgeous like coral color. But, and then this is what Angel looks like swatch. It's just like a light, just good mauve-y everyday pink color. But I'm just gonna go in with Sin-a-mon today just because I feel like I've used this color the most. It's just an OG favorite. It's a good nude for the fall because it is like a little bit more grayish a little bit, or like taupey. And then old school favorite makeup setting spray, the Urban Decay All Nighter makeup setting spray. This is awesome and amazing. And also the e.l.f. makeup mist and set. Those are like my two old school favorite makeup setting sprays, which I don't currently have the e.l.f. one. So I'm just gonna be using the Urban Decay one today. So I'm just gonna mist this on. I hope that you enjoyed this get ready with me. I have like a gnat flying around, sharing with you guys my old school or oldie but a goodie makeup favorites. Like I said, I have so many old like makeup favorites that I use all of the time. So these are just like not my only ones. I have a ton of other ones, a ton of other foundations and things like that. So yeah, thank you so much for suggesting that I do this video. I loved filming this for you guys. If you did enjoy this, or if you do enjoy my Get Ready With Me videos, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so I know to film more of them. Or if you have more ideas for me to do like this, like makeup tutorials or Get Ready With Me, like themed videos that you'd like for me to do, please leave those suggestions down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching and being subscribed, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.